Welcome everybody, this is Kiv and I'm bringing you a best of 5 between eXeSocrates and eXeValcristo. It's going to be a PvT and we see Valcristo spawning as the red Terran in the top right corner and Socrates spawning in the top left corner as the orange Protoss. I personally like this map a lot, especially over as a Terran player. I like the fact that it's big open and it allows you to play bio really well, even in TvT. We see Valcristo opening with a depot on his wall here. It's really good to deny some scouting with your initial depot, barracks and depot. And we'll see what Socrates is going to open with. I think these positions favor Terran slightly, just because it's easy to drop here. I think that the best position for Protoss on this map would be like cross position or something. We do see barracks going up and gateway going up almost at the same time, actually. Socrates saving a bit of his chrono boost as well. Both players scouting in the wrong direction, which means that Socrates will probably not get to see if Valcristo takes any gas. We see the depot queued up, but I think it's this SCV, yeah. Marine getting made and orbital on 16. Another personal preference of mine is going orbital on 17, just because it gives you that tiny economical boost in the later stages of the game. I think it's after 4 minutes or 5 minutes. Marine denying scouting here. So Socrates will not actually be able to spot anything that Valcristo is doing. The metagame right now is naturally a 1-rax expand, so Valcristo might, or rather Socrates might assume that it is a 1-rax expand, but we'll see what he decides to do in reply to the build that Valcristo is doing. He's actually taking his second gas. I wonder if we're gonna see some aggression coming from Socrates. SCV getting a really nice scout as well. And Valcristo is gonna put up some more barracks. Looks like 2, even 3 barracks getting up. So he's up to 4 barracks, which would give you a really nice marine count early game. However, you're delaying your tech a lot. You're not going to get those medevacs out quickly, and other things like upgrades and stuff might get slightly delayed as well. But you'll have this big chunk of army early on. I would like for Valcristo to actually put up a bunker, because it's really easy to poke with a stalker at this point and just maybe get a good scout and get a few marine kills or just damage them a little, which is really annoying when you're playing this style where you don't actually get medevacs out quickly. We do see a probe coming here to scout again. I'm gonna confirm that this is indeed an expand build, if he actually manages to scout it. Nope, he actually didn't scout it, but he can probably fairly safely assume that it is, since there's a bunker here. That usually points to it, but it can also be some mind games, just to put up that bunker to trick your opponent into thinking that, oh hey, this is gonna be a 1-rax expand, but then it's not. We did see a 3-gate expand from Socrates, so his expansion is going to be up much later than Valcristo, but this is a really safe bet against most of the aggressive openers of Terran. And it can also put on some really good pressure on a 1-rax expand. But due to the fact that Valcristo opened with all these barracks, I don't think that a 3-gate can do that much. But we'll see. We do see the Robo coming up from Socrates as well. Really nice addition. If you don't get that initial scout, you really want that observer to poke and prod a bit and see what your opponent really is up to. And yeah, Socrates is going to turn around here as soon as he spots these 3 bunkers here. There's just no way that he can actually do any damage here. He's just going to lose a bunch of units. Maybe take down a bunker and a few units, but it's not going to be worth it. We do see that observer being chrono boosted out because he really wants to know what Valcristo is up to. Valcristo is adding on barracks and maybe a starport as well when he gets the gas. Is there going to be a starport, or is it just going to be another barracks? We do see the worker count is fairly even. Terran is slightly ahead at this point because of mules. I think that every mule, or rather every orbital, you can count as 3 or 4 CVs extra, or 3.5. I can't remember exactly, but we see the observer spots Valcristo moving out, which will make Socrates ready for this. I think that he has enough units to hold that off, especially with good force fields. This should be no problem for Socrates. There's actually no stim either, so this is a big commitment for Valcristo moving out like this, because if your stim is not ready and there ends up being too many units here, you can't actually run away that effectively. Stalkers are faster than Marines. I think Marauders are the same speed as Marines as well. Yeah, so Stalkers can catch up to your army and poke it from behind. And then you just end up having a battle that you don't really want, because this is not something you can win, actually. Valcristo is getting absolutely decimated here. With Stim, this would look a lot different, and there's actually the GG as well. I feel like the Valcristo did a really nice job here. He did move out, and if this, for example, were a more tech-oriented opener, where you would see like less units, then this would be a really good push-up. But you really need that stim, and when you see when you do scout that ramp and you see that many sentries, you need to back off immediately, because you're not going to win that fight as Terran. Just no way. I think really nice play by both these players. They seem to have stable openers, and however, I don't like this 4th gas. As Terran, you don't need 4th gas. You need it maybe late game when you're going a lot of ghosts and medevacs and stuff like that. Then you need a 4th gas. But on 2 base, doing bio and medevacs, you only need 3 gas, even with upgrades. He's got 600 gas stacked that he's not using, and that number is just going to increase as the game goes on with this 4th gas. Yeah, so the first game goes to Socrates, and we'll jump into the next game quickly.